Welcome to another walkthrough video. We will start at the west end as we have before and do the south side to begin with. Here we have a coat closet. We'll be followed by a slightly larger laundry room than we're used to having. It's actually a pretty good sized room. There'll be cabinets on the left side. And as you can see on this right or west side, there are hookups for 4 stackable commercial units. We're going to start out with 2, but we've got room to expand. Sorry for the 360 or 540 degree pivot there. This is central storage. A little bit of natural light there. That'll give us a lot more space to be organized. Moving into the west surgery room. All the anesthesia piping is on the west wall. We'll take a walk down this hallway between the surgery suites. You can see the doors where the surgeons will enter into surgery prep. Now on the west end, we have a small storage room here for our packs. You can see that full height pass through, as well as a bit of a mop closet there. There'll be some counter space here. Moving into yet another washer dryer hookup. Surgery pack prep will have its own laundry facility. There's another full height pass through. We'll go ahead and just walk through that. Again, the hookups for anesthesia are on the west wall. There will be base and upper cabinets in the northeast and the northwest corners here next to the door. That actually mirrors the previous surgery room. I'll take a little bit of walk through here. Some nice glass. The architect is thrilled that I have so much glass here, but we want a lot of natural light looking at these runs. These will be completely tiled. There's no cinder block here, so that'll be a little bit easier to clean. 6 runs. There'll be space for 2 runs outside of that glass. Now coming down this wall, this is entirely cage space. All the way down this southern wall in our treatment room. I'll stop and look at these oxygen setups. These are for 2 stacking Snyder units, so we'll have a total of 4 real Snyder ICU units. At these columns, we'll install our stainless steel tables as we have before. And on the back side, there's room for an anesthesia machine on a swivel so that it will actually accommodate either one of those 2 tables. Don't mind the debris. Coming down here to these runs. This gives us another 4 runs. Walking back into ICU, we're going to have some counter space here with 4 tables coming off. Cubex will sit inside of this space here. So I have lots of storage, lots of rooms for televisions for our whiteboards, as well as a TV that will monitor the camera that looks at the parking lot and reception. Some storage there. And looking high on that wall, you'll notice that we've got a spot for a TV. That TV will actually watch the cameras that are in isolation. Turning around again, I apologize for making you dizzy going east. There's also going to be a television up high on this wall that looks into the cat room. This is the doctor's office. There will be a long counter on both of those long walls. The doctors will sit at with their computers. Windows up high, trying to let more natural light in. Right next to the doctor's office, we have the cat room. And next to the cat room, we're going to find a few phone booths. These are sound isolated rooms that technicians and doctors can use for having conversations with clients on the phone or by Zoom, allowing us to share screens, show x-rays and lab work, as well as simply using these for history taking when necessary. Look at this nice big bright room. This is the indoor walking area. There's a small Kind of make out the small sidewalk in the middle. Lots of light coming through these windows. Everything that is not sidewalk will be artificial turf that is well drained. So a nice, safe spot out of the weather for all of our dogs to be walked. We also have a bit of a storeroom in there. We have contracted a muralist to try to put something a little bit more interesting than the blue walls up in this room. Coming down this long stretch, we'll get to some administrative offices. This will be the chief of staff office, small office with a big window. And then next to that is a big office with a small window. This will be practice manager's office, and that'll be a shared office space. This will be a future office expansion. And then the IT closet, all that computer equipment can have its own room. Now we'll move to the north half of the building at the east end. So this will be our stray ward. There'll be 2 runs and a cage bank. And then next to that, there'll be a room the exact same size and layout, 2 runs, and then a cage bank behind. And that will be for staff pets that need to come while people are working. Education is really important to us, so we've got a room for both visiting veterinary externs and social work interns to stay if they need a spot to stay when they come to spend their time and do their time. There's a shower facility that is for them, and then they also have a bathroom that they'll share with the staff. You have a bit of a mop closet here. There will be a twist and fill station in here just like the other mop closets. And then next to that we have a water fountain station with a water bottle filling attachment. Now this bathroom is client facing. It will be tiled. Staff will also use this, but it's made for clients because it's right next to the large conference room here. This will be a good place for us to have lunch and learns, to have small team meetings, but also to have some pet loss support meetings that our social workers will run. Going back to the main hallway here, we will have the social worker's office. And conveniently located close to the social work office, we also have the 3 comfort rooms. I call these, this is room 11. That's 11 by 11. And then under the scaffold is room 10, which coincidentally is 10 by 11. And then room 9, you won't be surprised, is 9 by 11. That is completely coincidental. A little bit of natural light in this one, that's nice. Comfort rooms have their own exit, which is important to us. And here is consult number 8. These are set up very similarly to the way our current rooms are. And number 7. And room number 6. Moving towards the front lobby. Here's consult room number 5. And a bit of a spin here. There will be the reception desk underneath that fur down. There's a bathroom and a mop closet. And some built-in seating will take up some space there. I'm going to skip the reception or CSR admin room. Peer through this ladder into consult number 4 with all that drywall compound, joint compound. Consult number 3, number 2, and then the larger one, consult number 1, again with more built-in seating. Now we'll go through the CSR's admin room. This will give a little bit more storage, place for people that are actually answering the phones. Coming back into ICU, this is actually where the technicians will sit, hence all the hookups for computers at the bottom of the wall. And that countertop will be contiguous with the workspace on the other side. This is a lab area. We'll have a dedicated vertical cabinet so that the lab equipment doesn't take up so much space, and this will be pharmacy on this side. This will be the hallway looking back towards the front lobby with the consults on the left side there. There's food prep for the ICU. And then the other side of those consult rooms, as well as the mechanical room that I'm not going to show today. First of our imaging rooms, this is X-ray. Right next to X-ray, we will have the Vimago 3D CT machine. All three of these rooms have their own anesthetic machine hookup. And rounding out the imaging is the endoscopy suite. Now, going through this window here on our right, we'll look into the Southern Isolation Ward. We'll wrap around this hallway, look back through a different window. Isolation wards both have one run and will have a cage bank. This is a considerable upgrade from our current isolation situation. You'll notice here's the isolation kind of working room. This will have a refrigerator and a sink and a microwave, drop-down table. This drywall is all gray because it's meant to have tile. This entire room, all of these rooms will be tiled so they'll be cleaned. We have our own laundry hookup in here because isolation laundry is separate. This is the North Isolation Ward. Now, just because you're in isolation doesn't mean you don't have to be walked. So this area has its own walking space. We've got a lot of sidewalk in here as dictated by the ADA laws. And even the storeroom in there will be completely tiled so everything can be disinfected. Now, wrapping around into this nice, large, well-lit room. This is the staff lounge, 2 full-size refrigerators, oven and a range, 2 microwaves, and a nice spot for a big table. We had to modify the layout of the walls so that we didn't close off the window, but we thought that the light was worth making the adjustment for. This room will be the staff locker room. Right now those are the same room, but we decided to separate them. Lockers all the way around, and there will be an island of lockers in the middle as well. Here's the main staff bath. And then next to that is our freezer room. And that will conclude the interior of the building. Now let's talk about a couple of the points on the outside. We can see here we've got an enclosure on the left. That's actually for the bulk oxygen tank. The dumpsters are on the right. So no more oxygen in the building. This will be serviced without us having to ever change a tank over again. It'll do well for the high flow system. Now we also have a generator. No more snowpocalypse worries, no more brownouts. If the power goes out, that generator is going to kick on and we will continue to run no matter what the weather or the power situation. And for those of you that like your Starbucks, well, they're making progress. They are planning to be open in July.